Good morning, otherworldlies. This is Juliana Angel, your Dark Mass Diva. Hello, how is everyone doing today? It is Friday the 13th. Ooh. Yes, Friday the 13th. So we can decide if it's going to be a lucky day or an unlucky day. Yes. So this time, I would like to talk about jealousy. Now, ladies, this is what I want to talk about. Other women, okay? Other women. They aren't our problem. They're our solution. Alright? We don't need to be jealous of other women. Now, sometimes they're a cause for concern, but we actually don't need to be jealous of them. They're not the actual problem. Okay? Our problem is our insecurity. Alright? Because sometimes when we're jealous of them, it's really just our own insecurity. That's really what jealousy is. The thing about jealousy is we're feeling, naturally what jealousy is we're feeling that somebody's going to take our place. Alright? And it's because of the people in our lives making us feel that way. Alright, so here's what the thing is. I've run into a lot of situations where I have felt jealous of other people. And I've had a lot of situations where people have felt jealous of me. And I'm thinking, what the actual heck? Why is this person feeling jealous of me? First of all, I'm not here to take your place. Secondly, that person you like, I don't even like that person. I don't want to be around that person. And it's misdirected. There have been situations where I have been jealous of a person, and the person doesn't even like the person that I like, for one. Maybe they just like him as a friend, or they don't like that person, or here I was jealous of this person, feeling some kind of way about that person, and then I got to know her, and she and I would just become like the best of friends, and they didn't feel that way about that guy at all, and maybe the guy just, wasn't all that in the first place. And, the friendship between, the other girl and the guy just, wasn't what I thought it was at all. And maybe, he didn't like her like that in the first place. And it was just all in my head just because I was just feeling some kind of way. And the thing is, sometimes these things happen when we've had insecure attachments in our lives, when we've moved a lot, when we've had... when we didn't get a lot of care when we were growing up, when there just wasn't, when we've had to fight for resources when we were growing up, when we've just, if we've had some kind of hard life or something like that. I remember a lot of people just being mean to me a lot when I was growing up, and I, as a child, I did not understand what that was all about, because I did not come to take anything from anybody. But the thing is, I think, because I grew up in an era in history where things were scarce. Okay, in the 70s we were in a financial decline, so I'm growing up in an era where things were scarce. A lot of people were using drugs. There was a lot of turbulence going on. Just politically and all these other things. There was a lot of confusion going on. So there were a lot of things going on where a lot of change needed to go on. So a lot of people were confused about what they needed to do and that sort of thing. There's a lot of change that needed to happen. But at the same time, people were just insecure about what they needed to be doing. But someone comes along and just represents something that, me, a child, I came along, maybe they thought I was going to take something away from them. Or maybe I represented something that I reminded someone of, someone that took something away from them maybe. And the funny thing is a lot of things were just constantly be taken away from me. So I didn't understand why people were being mean to me. Things were always being taken away from me. And I just had people being mean to me. So it was just ironic. I could never figure out why things were being taken away from me all the time, but I was being treated with such jealousy from others. I really didn't understand that. And it took me a long time until, I grew into adulthood to really just wrap my mind around jealousy. But it's really, it's a lot of envy too. And it's sort of, it comes from a scarcity mindset. Okay, it's coming from a feeling of lack. And what you really need to do is come from more of an abundance mindset. All right. So the thing about that is you really need to decide that you already have everything you need inside. Okay. You need to decide that right now. You're already enough, because you are. You are already enough. You're good the way you are, and there's nothing wrong with you. Okay? So there's nothing missing. And other people are not going to complete you. So don't worry about them if they're trying to make you feel like you're not enough, okay? If they're trying to make you feel like somebody else is better than you, you need to just be like, go find out if that person's better than me. They're not. And even if you think they are, that's okay. Bye. If that person is acting like that other person's better than you, there's something wrong with them if they need to treat you like there's something wrong with you. That is really a reflection of how they feel about themselves. That has nothing really to do with you. And if somebody else prefers somebody over you, let them go prefer them. It's really, you need to decide that nothing's wrong with you. You need to just go do you. Okay, so that's the whole thing that has to do with jealousy and everything like that. You can't let people tell you there's something wrong with you. You have to decide. It's really up to you to decide your own self-worth. Don't let other people decide it for you, because if you go through life letting people tell you there's something wrong with you, that's not the way to be. That is not the way to live your life, because society, people will tell you there's something wrong with you as long as you let them. Okay, and I'm telling you about the society you live in, your cultural beliefs, your family, your neighborhood, okay, the standard of beauty. All right, they'll try to tell you your weight isn't right, your skin color isn't right, your style isn't right. They'll just try to tell you everything about you is wrong and just make you feel unattractive. Now, here's the thing. Other women, ladies, other women aren't your problem. All right? It's, we are naturally, as women, compare ourselves to other women. We just do. Instead of embracing our own beauty and appreciating the beauty of other women, we're just like, oh, I wish I had her hair, or I wish I had her eye color, or wow, I wish I had as much style as she did, or she's really cool, she has all these talents, I wish I were more like her. And we're just, I don't know what it is about us, you guys. Why do we think other women are better than us? You know what I mean? Like there were all these girls at school, like, I wish I was as pretty as her, and I would hear all these girls at school say that about other girls, and I'm thinking, but you're pretty. Why are you saying that? Like, why are you putting yourself down like that? That is so crazy. You know, and I see these other YouTubers, and they say about themselves that they don't have pretty privilege, and I'm thinking, but you're beautiful. Like, I think you're beautiful. Why are you saying that you're not? And maybe because maybe in their culture, guys just don't treat them like the prize. Well, you know what? Go find guys that like you, and decide that you're good the way you are. Seriously. Honestly, because you're gonna find somebody that likes you for you. Honestly, there's somebody that likes you, that likes your style, that likes your type of feminine, that likes your vibe, that likes you for you. That's really into your type of goddess that's into your type of lady, that's just really into you. You know what I mean? Like, I really just feel like people are just good the way they are. I mean, be the best version of yourself. I mean, don't be the most disgusting version of yourself. Be the best version of yourself. Like, be a clean person, be a decent person, be the most moral version of yourself. Like, but don't be a bad person. Be the best version. But I mean, be that. You know, be the most physically fit version. Be the coolest version. Be, you know, try the hardest that you can to just be the most authentic version of yourself. So you attract your own tribe. You know what I mean? So I really stop comparing yourself to other people. This is what I do. Whenever I go somewhere and I see, you know, another lady doing something really cool, I'm like, hey girl, I really like your whatever, like her purse or her cool hair or her outfit or whatever. And you know what? Other women do that to me too. They're like, your hair is so cool. Like, I'm always getting, because I cut and color my own hair, and I change, like right now, I'm calling it pink, but everyone else keeps telling me it's lavender. Like my gloves are hot pink. So see, by comparison, my hair is more lavender. Okay, so they're telling me it's lavender. So I guess it is more lavender. But my hair is, you know, it's usually pink. Anyway, and my hair in the back, it's like, it's an A-line bob, and it looks really cool. And I did it myself, and I always do my own hair. And everywhere I go, I'm just constantly getting compliments on my hair, and I do it myself. And you know what? I'm, you know, flex, okay? I'm really proud of myself for the cool stuff I do, and I've always done my own hair. Like, I've been doing my own hair since I was, I'm gonna say, like, I don't know, I've been coloring my own hair since I was about 16, and I've been cutting my own hair since I'm going to say about 20. So I've really been really just expressing myself that way. So I really don't like other people doing my own hair, because I just feel like they're going to F it up, and they do. Real talk. So I do my own thing, you know, and I'm like young for my age. I don't like to be like, I'm not like mature for my age. I like to be young. So I really don't care to be mature. So I'm thinking, well, as long as I'm emotionally mature, that's as good as it gets. You know what I mean? So I get a lot of compliments on my style and the stuff that I do. So what I do is I compliment other women all the time, and they do it to me too. And that's kind of what it needs to be. Other women are your biggest allies. We need to stop being jealous of each other. Seriously, because we're each other's best friends. We're each other's sisters, we're each other's best friends. We need to quit being jealous of each other's skin color, each other's hair texture. We need to quit deciding that we are enemies because of race. We need to stop being enemies because of how much money we make. Okay? The career women need to stop being jealous of the stay-at-home women. All right. You know who gets into it with me? I don't get into it with them, but you know, they get into it with me. The feminists. They are mean to me. All right. They're just kind of like, they just don't like what I'm about. And they've always picked on me about, you know, wearing makeup and being sexy and all this kind of stuff. You know, they don't like my choice in guys, and they just don't like how I am. And they give me a hard time. And it's just kind of like, okay, well, you know, if you want to pay 50-50 on dates and do all this other kind of stuff, go ahead. You know, and they get mad at me for saying that. And they want to put me down for it and stuff like that. They want to put me down for, you know, wearing sexy lingerie and you know, for wanting to wear makeup and just for wanting to pretty myself up. That's my business. Okay? I like doing stuff like that. That stuff's fun. Why is that bad? That doesn't mean I'm not intelligent. Being aesthetically pleasing is a form of intelligence. And you know what? That's fun. I like doing stuff like that. That is just like so fun. And I remember in the 90s just catching a lot of flack for that. I remember being in Sacramento in the 90s and just getting picked on for that. Just getting all this stuff talked about me for it, getting put down for it, and then getting talked behind my back, getting talked to my face, just getting talked about a bunch of stuff, and then them just saying, yeah, but you're so pretty. You know, so it was just this reflection of jealousy, and I'm like, why does it have to be like that? I'm not mean to you. You know, I don't have any really mean things to say about anybody else. I mean, I'm this kind of person. But they would just have every mean thing to say about me. You know, because I wasn't the type of person that they are. I am going to tell you what the real problems are, okay? First of all, we women need to stick together. Even if we're different types of women. We need to praise each other for our similarities and for our differences. Alright, because no matter what, we're always going to compare ourselves to other women. I just think it's in our nature. Alright? Here is the problem though. Alright? This is the problem. This is where the jealousy is really coming in. Okay? It's the boundaries. It's our boundaries. Alright. Let's say that your person that you're in a relationship with is doing something you don't like. Okay, it's not your jealousy with these other women, it's that he's just doing something in the relationship that you don't like, and it's a boundary invasion. Alright, you need to just tell him to stop it. It's not really the fault of the other women. It's really, you need to lay the boundary down. Alright, say like it's Instagram. He's liking pictures on Instagram of other women. Okay, it's not that you have a jealousy problem with other women. It's that maybe you don't feel this is appropriate. You're in a relationship and you don't want him liking pictures on Instagram of other women. That's just something you don't want in your relationship. Just tell him, we're in a relationship. I don't like that you're doing that. Please don't do that. We're in a relationship. You have, because it's your relationship, the right to do that. But if he doesn't like you liking pictures of other guys on Instagram, you also have to stop. If he doesn't like it. And he has the right to ask you to stop doing it too, right? But it's not those women's fault that they have Instagrams, right? But you need to ask him to stop doing that if you don't like it. It's really, see, it's not the fault of these other women that they're there. That kind of thing. If he's keeping exes in his life, you have the right to say, cut them off. Because you know what, that really isn't appropriate. It's not. So, it's not that you're jealous. It's that it's a boundary, okay? That stuff is not appropriate. Because guys have an attachment to their exes if they keep them around. There's a reason he's keeping them around. It's because he still has an attachment to them. And that's just how men are psychologically. They keep these exes around because they have emotional attachments to them. They have sexual attachments to them. Okay? And they keep them around kind of in a back burner situation. And I don't mean to be blunt about it, but they need to keep them, they need to cut them off completely and entirely if they're in a new relationship with you. Because that is very toxic. So you have the right to say you need to completely cut her off. We're talking block, delete. Okay, that is a boundary thing. All right, because it's inappropriate. Okay, it is inappropriate for your man to help other women with things. It's inappropriate for your man to give other women money. Okay, that is, I don't want to get into it why, but it's inappropriate. Don't have your man give other women lifts places, unless he's a Lyft driver. But I mean for free and whatnot. Your man should not be doing other women favors. He should not be listening to other women's problems. He should not be looking to rescue other women. Okay, so the only women's problems he should be caring about, unless it's a family member, is yours. And you're like, wow, that's so strict. It's true. Okay, because he really should not be emotionally investing in other women. It really should just be, it should be about you. So it's well within your right to say, I'm really not comfortable with this. Because men are very easily distracted. Just by other women. They don't, unless you put that boundary there, it's kind of easy for them to get distracted to things that are inappropriate. So they sometimes you need to tell them, you know what, this is really not okay with me. I feel very disrespected by this, and this is not okay. And the moment you see him show another woman more tenderness than he shows you, that's when you know the relationship is in trouble. So you can't let it get to that point at all. It's really that type of boundary. So the thing is that you're not jealous. It's just these situations are not appropriate. Other women, though, the women aren't the problem. It's just that the situations aren't appropriate. These other women need to find strong men of their own that are not the boyfriends, the fiancés, the husbands of other ladies. They don't know better. They don't realize that that the guy is in a committed relationship. They don't, because you know what, he's probably not telling them. The guy that's liking everything on Instagram. Okay, these women don't know that he's in a committed relationship. Because he's not like, by the way, I'm engaged. They don't know. He's not telling them. Because he's too busy liking and putting little hearts in their thing. You know, that's it. That's not part of his association with them. So he's too busy, you know, having a different type of relationship with these women. So you don't know what's going on there. You know how people, you've got a bunch of guys in your DMs. They're having emotional cheating going on with you. You know they're in relationships with someone else, and they're in your DMs. So you know how men move. And you're responsible. You're telling them, hey, I'm with somebody. So you need to let the guy you're with sever situations like that. And if they have female friends, they need to not be available in certain capacities, for these women. If they have female friends, you need to meet them. And they need to not be hanging out with these people without you around. And, it all sounds so strict and everything like that, but it's to the point where you need to not be made to feel jealous. You need to be able to be friends with his female friends. And he needs to not have a BFF who's female. your boyfriend or husband or fiance or whoever, his best friends need to be guys. So he can be a better man. So they can hold him accountable. So they can help him be strong. You know, he needs to be strong in his masculinity. He needs to not emotionally invest in other women. Because these other women, if other women are a problem, it's because you didn't put the boundary up, and it's because your man is a problem. Okay, it's other women inherently aren't a problem, and if you're perceiving them to be a problem, it's you're perceiving it. It's because he is not being respectful, and you need to make sure that you say something about it. And if he's chronically making other women a problem, and you're constantly having to say, "Hey, this is not okay," you're with the wrong guy. If he's constantly putting other women ahead of you, you don't want to be with someone who's constantly putting other women ahead of you, because it's just going to be this ongoing battle. It's like, okay, because he's going to make you feel like you're some kind of jealous person. You're going to be like, this again. Because you're going to feel like this bad guy all the time, like, not this again. Why do I have to tell you that your priorities are out of line? You know, why do I automatically put you ahead of everyone? And I have to automatically make you put me ahead of everyone? Something's wrong here. Something's wrong if I have to keep telling you to put me ahead of everyone. What's up? Your man should automatically put you ahead of everyone. You know, after you tell him, "Hey, this makes me uncomfortable, stop doing this." It should start kicking in like, you know what, this is very disrespectful to her. So you should stop, having to tell him to do things like that after a while. It should just naturally occur to him. He's a grown-up and that sort of thing. And every day I have people ask my advice about stuff like this, and it's this ongoing thing, and it's like, your jealousy of other women is a mere perception. And sometimes his female best friend is after him, and he's completely oblivious to it. That's true. Sometimes she is the problem. You know who the real problem is? Him. And if you tell him, "I'm not comfortable with this," and it's like, he is the problem. And women have intuition. We know when your female friend is after you, and you're not trying to listen to us. You don't want to listen to us, and we're not comfortable with the situation, but you keep disrespecting us and not listening. The man is really the problem. It's not really the woman, even if the woman is part of the problem. At the end of the day, it really is the man. So, women, we really need to just keep each other strong. And the real strength, though, it lies within, because everything you need is really inside of you. Okay? God is within you, and you are within yourself. We are gods. Okay? We are not lacking. We are wonderful. Okay? We're wonderfully made. There's nothing wrong with us. You know what's wrong? People who tell us there's something wrong with us. There's something wrong with them. If they're trying to say there's something wrong with us, okay? They suck, not us. So, we're awesome. So, people who perceive you as a threat when you come to bless them, they're being jealous because they don't understand that you come to be something good in their lives. And that's happened to me so many times when I came to be something good in someone's life, and they've perceived me as some sort of threat, and I'm like, you just really have no idea. I came to be something so good in your life, and so good in everybody's life here, and you just think I'm something bad. And it's like, the irony is, I cannot believe the irony, seriously. I mean, and the moment you realize how wrong you are, I want to see the look on your face. And I'll probably never get the apology I deserve. I know I won't, because, bro, I never do. But, I wish I could see the look on your face. But, just know that you're good the way you are. Don't let anyone tell you you are not. This is Juliana Angel, your Dark Mask Diva. Otherworldlies, you have a very blessed Friday the 13th.